Okay, so we took a little bit of a divergence. Let's have you guys show me if we have invoices done. Shannon, do you guys have an invoice number for us? What's the number?
40.
40? Awesome. So, customers US Open, perfect. Okay, and they had 500 at 275, which came to a total of this. Now, are they a taxable entity? I imagine so. I imagine they would pay tax, but I don't know. Cool. So basically, we've got the total pieces right here. Now, here's the other piece of the puzzle. On account, we have, they're totally owing us still $1,400 basically, okay? That's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's build that, okay? So we have the vendor and the PO. I'm going to need some more cups. Alrighty, so this is a totally different little piece. This is an invoice. Actually, we had to create a customer, did we not? This customer is called US Open. Okay? This customer then has a new invoice, and they bought a whole bunch of line items with 0 payments. So I have a very similar structure set up. Customer, invoice, okay, with a ton of line items. Does that kind of make sense how we're creating that item? They have 0 payments. Their bucket is empty. It's all on account. So automatically it says, oh, map that to receivables. I should be able to see right here under the US Open, if I actually go here and I go to their client log, just on them by themselves, they owe me $1,400. Okay? It automatically knows that it's in receivables. Automatically. Okay? So that's one of our invoices that we wanted to get off of our piece. So that was 500 to the US Open for 275, the whole thing on account. Piece of cake. Okay, Joe, why don't you take us to where we're going? And actually, can I have you do this just for fun? Why don't you come up here and you drive for a second and show me where we're at? And then we'll actually create another little plate and we'll look at that other invoice. So this one was to Clowns R Us, right?
Correct. So it was invoice number 41.
That's okay. So that error message says, hey, guess what? There's a disconnect. Go back to that error message again for just a quick second. Whoa. You might have a disconnect between your main and your line items. That's no problem. Go ahead and hit edit. And let's check it out.
So I have, well, this is the,
okay, so did you go in and remove a line item?
oh,
Okay, because what I'm looking at is in the middle, right here. See how it says 0 line items? You had an amount, and then it basically was like, it kind of, watch this. Let's scroll up for just a second and go to history for just a minute. Okay, oh, Danny busted! I'm burned.
Ruh-roh.
Okay,
I
so
removed a line item on mine.
no problem. But did you see how it kind of squawked? And we're like, oh my goodness, we got to go deeper. Like, no problem. We'll just add it back in. No problem. So here's what we'll do. Just go back to edit invoice. Okay, you've never really done this before, but this will be fun. So we're missing the line item. Danny removed it on accident. Scroll down towards the bottom.
Actually,
Okay, come up just a little bit higher, right there. Search TEN. We're going to go find some more tennis balls. Okay, find the ones that we wanted. We want the YTB tennis balls.
Correct.
Say add as an item.
Okay.
Oh, nope, that was the wrong one. That's the 41. Click back. Do the next one down. There you go. Yep. Now, what was our quantity?
2,000.
Okay, perfect. So you just type in 2,000. Same cost, same price. Did you alter it any? And then you just would come on down and you'd say add it. Okay, so now it's basically happy again, but we had to kind of do that after the fact because you removed the line item.
I was testing.
Yeah, it is tricky though because I was playing too and I thought I was in my area and he almost kicked my tennis balls, which wasn't as...
Oh, that's okay. The page that he was on was just a search page. It wouldn't have heard a thing, okay? Oh, doggone it, I meant to do it. It was a different one.
One thing is there's two vendors in there now called Tennis Today, though.
Oh, is there? Okay.
Yeah, that
I
was
had
I saw
in
that.
Massachusetts.
Okay. No problem. So what's happening is sometimes during training, people are playing and like, oh, I want to try that too.
Yeah.
You would just actually go in and make sure that it's alterable so that.
Okay, so that's right. That's right.
Okay, perfect, perfect. So let's go to the top, see what we have, and you're going to actually build this item for me, okay? So we already have a customer, okay? And basically, what it is it creates this, okay?
The clowns are us.
Clowns are us, okay? He is technically tied to a new invoice, and what do we have on this new invoice?
2,000 tennis balls split on a check and on account.
Okay, so check this out. We got 2,000 tennis balls, pretend that that's, and we have some payments. Actually, we also have multiple histories because Dan removed a line item. Like, it's not a big deal, but this particular invoice might have more than something else, but it's independent. It's no longer being forced into that rigid, hey, this is the only thing that you can fit into, okay? You built an object. Does that make sense how we just did that? Awesome, cool. So we just did our whole scenario. Let's actually go this. I'll bet you Clowns RS goes just for a lot of other things besides just this particular invoice.
So we go to
Go to more options.
and client info or
Yeah, it's the client log. Okay, and they currently okay, let's go back and check just a really quick second on that invoice right there.
amount owed 3,033.84.
Okay. Did they have? Okay, let's go like this. This is stumping me because it should have been slightly different. Let's go more options. Let's go back to their client log. And I'm going to check on payment history because it seems like it's a little bit funky on that particular piece. Okay?
Oh, remember they had a credit. Remember that we were going to assign to Rocco.
Okay.
That's what happened. We had a credit yesterday.
Okay, but just what I'm trying to show you is like I was expecting it to do a certain thing, but all of a sudden it's like, whoa, something else is going on there. Okay? So anyway, that's why it wouldn't have been showing on that. But I just wanted to say, whoa, what have we got going here? Okay.
I love this history thing, though. That's really, I mean, if there's ever a question, you could even have the client on the phone saying that, and okay, let's click your history and have them read each one. Oh, there's where your problem is.
Exactly.
So a lot of these problems could be solved with just phone calls, I think, if you set people up.
Because we applied a double payment from them, again, kind of like we just did now, where two locations were pumping in payment, two checks. So we had two checks with $15,000 come in, which more than handled their
Correct.
their invoice. So they had a positive account.
Okay, correct. So the new invoice is on 41, so technically that invoice is fine, but the other invoice is sitting out there going, man, I'm holding, and basically just because of the math and the numbers that we
So we should have reconciled that yesterday.
Yeah, that's water under the bridge, but
Okay.
basically it should have kind of grabbed our thing. If we needed to fix it, we could. We basically back up to yesterday. What really happened? We were just doing play side stuff, so it's all over the place. But it should automatically do right where it needs to go. Okay.
Once you lock something, can you unlock it?
No, but if you have a higher admin permission, what a lock does is it says basic, admin, and anybody can lock it. Okay. But an admin person has to be able to do that. And then you can even lock an admin person by going clear to the post level, which like lock this down. Like it's all it does is it creates another date on it. So, okay, even the admin person can't play with it unless they have a post level type. It's all permissions. The whole thing.
But whatever level we're at right now, like I locked in, I put a fictitious invoice in for the French Open and locked it down, and then tried to go back and unlock it, and it wouldn't allow. Or I can't figure out how to unlock it. Is that possible to unlock it?
Okay, are you talking the locking of the line items?
Yeah.
You could still edit it because you have the admin permission. I'll bet you anything. Let's actually pull it up here on the main screen so we can follow along. Why don't you tell Joe which number? Are you okay to keep driving, Joe?
Sure.
Okay. Why don't you tell us what the invoice number is, Dan? And we'll go take a look at it.
Probably 42.
I don't know what invoice it is.
Possible.
Let me go to the
You
invoice.
can even just go invoice home.
Yeah.
Just type in home right there. And And let's see if we can find one that's
It's invoice 42.
Yeah.
42, just go edit. Okay, so you did to the French Open, and you sold 500 at $3 for tennis balls. Perfect, perfect, awesome. Looks like no tax was applied, and it looks like you actually made
$1,500 check.
$1,500 check. Okay.
But then I wanted to go back and clear it out, and I see I locked it.
Yes, I do see the lock over there over the edit on the line item.
Uh-huh.
What did you want to change?
I want to unlock it. In other words, we don't have those in, because apparently you said when we're locking it, it's like, okay, we've got them.
Okay.
Let's lock it now. We can pay.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to confuse you there. This lock is basically if I did not have an admin permission and an invoice line item gets locked, if I have just a basic permission, I can no longer alter that. So imagine a sales scenario. Let's go to Morningstar for a minute, okay? You've got a salesperson. He's working this hot deal. He's moving and shaking. He's doing the Santiago dance. Okay? He's working this deal. And what happens is eventually it comes in with a commission, okay? So what the accounting people would do is when they physically got the paperwork in their office, they'd be like, I just got the paperwork for deal such and such because it was kind of liquidy. So in order to kind of convert it into slush, they're like, sorry, Jimmy, you can no longer alter any of your costs or items or whatever it might
That's
be.
a nice deal, whoever made that. I like it.
But anyway, that was the reason for a lock, and then there's additional other locks. Literally, if you think of that little bottle of data floating down the river and there's multiple checkpoints, all you're doing is it's going past another little checkpoint. You said lock the line items for anybody lower than that permission.
But could we remove that lock if we wanted to?
No, that is physically in there. But I mean, if you wanted to
Just remove it.
you could remove the whole
Remove the
line
line
item.
item, what you're saying.
Hang on. I would highly recommend instead you only remove the line item if it's like gone. If you needed to edit something, you're like, oh my goodness, I really meant to sell this for $3.15. You would say edit, and then you would change the sale price right there. Instead of $3, you'd say $3.50.
What if you wanted to edit the form of payment instead of?
Oh, no problem. Scroll up a little bit and look for the edit links.
Edit here.
Yep.
Okay.
So if they actually paid less than that, they're like, oh my goodness, that was a fat finger. They really only paid $1,000. Watch this. Go on that right-hand side right there. Change that to $1,000. And then just say edit the payment. Okay, now scroll down, and you'll actually check this out, Dan. The check's now for $1,000, and they still owe me $500. Okay, so that's kind of how that would work as far as that goes.
Brandon, can I just throw?
Absolutely,
Can we
please.
Once we leave here today, can we still use our login to play? And if so, can we use it while we're not bothering anybody else?
Absolutely. This is a playground. This is called the July Playground. You can come in here and tweak and add.
And it's not going to hurt
Not a
anybody
bit.
else.
We're not really running a real business here, but you're welcome to come in here and be like, I wanted to try this and I wanted to play.
Well, but if we all play on it, then
Right, well, that's what I'm saying.
I
I'd
did
like
some
for the
training
rest
this
of
morning with my employees before 7 o'clock this morning, and we all logged in. We didn't really kind of change anything, but I just kind of showing them, what this is, what tools and functionalities, and this is actually a great place. There's a lot of information.
There's tons already.
Now, you could actually go to every piece and every aspect of Atlas and find something. So,
Awesome. Awesome. This is your playground. You have this login for as long as you want, and if you're a
there's other
rep,
ones too.
if you're a rep and you need something else, and you're like, oh my goodness, I would love to do a play site for, come up with the industry. Like literally, it takes us this long. Okay, here's a new play site, and all of a sudden you could set that play site up to whatever level you needed to, as far as that goes.
I also have lunch ready whenever you guys are.
Okay, good call. I didn't
I was just asking.
even look at
No,
that.
we're good. Yeah. We have lunch
Does anybody have any questions? We went through a very, very simple thing. Shannon had a question on services.
I got a ton of questions.
Okay.
I mean, maybe we'll get there.
If you're okay, what let's do is let's do lunch, and then when we come back, let's turn it over to Shannon, and I bet you guys will kind of hear a bunch of questions if you're okay. Not Shannon. There's two of
I just don't
Shannons.
know what redhead are you talking about.
He's the clarifying.
No, Shannon, we'd love to answer your questions, okay? We'd love to answer your questions. So, let's go ahead and stop for lunch. Any other things before we stop for lunch? Cool. Let's go ahead and do lunch.